What's going on, ladies and gents? Dalabo here for T3G, and welcome to another App Spotlight. I really do like that name. Today, we're gonna go right into it. We are talking about Pixlr. Pixlr, if you have never heard of it, is part app, part web software. It's a little hard to explain. It's basically Photoshop online. However, they've got some new updates that I'm really excited about, but we're about to get right into that. Here's the intro. Come on. All right, so today we are looking at Pixlr, and this is something that I found a long time ago. When I actually set up my Chromebook back in the day, I was looking for kind of software to replace everything I had on the Chromebook, and this is what I found. I found a web application for photo editing. So when you go to pixlr.com, which is the main website, you've got a few options. You have mobile, which is going to take you to your respective store to pick up Pixlr on mobile, which is cool because then you have those available on your phone as well. So then you can kind of have a universal editing experience. However, we are going to be talking about the web apps. We are going to get into the vector editor on another time. That's actually new that I haven't seen before. Just found that out the other day. So that's something we're gonna get into on another day. But today we're talking about Pixlr. Back in the day, there used to just be the one editor. Today, there are two options. There is Express and there is Editor. Editor is more of the Photoshop. Pixlr Express is more like Instagram Plus. It's kind of like Instagram, but all those other apps as well, like overlay and stuff like that. We'll get into that one as well for a little more than the editor. The editor is kind of the same as most things. So we're gonna launch the web app. So for instance, I've got, this is what's its face, Edge. And it just needs to be allowed. For some strange reason, it's loading with like really low res in Edge. Probably just a restriction in Edge as far as how it's utilizing it. So it does require Flash. This is kind of a Flash application. Not kind of, it is a Flash application. We are gonna go ahead and create a new image. We're gonna go with, it is weird, it's loading kind of like a weird movie 1080p. We're of course going to do the same thing we did last time when we had Krita. We're going to create the thumbnail for this video in this application to kind of show its capabilities. Kind of works like Krita in that just scrolling zooms in and out, so you don't need to hold control or anything like you do in what's its face, Photoshop. We are going to also open from the desktop the logo. All right, now that we've got that open, so we've got all the tools we need to get this done. Let's take a look at some of the things we've got. We've got your standard file edit, image layer, adjustments. All that stuff is here. I will note I've tried editing raw files. It does not accept raw files. It loses its mind if you try to upload a raw file. So you are limited to JPEGs, PNGs, GIFs. I'll say it, it's GIF. And what I've noticed in my use is that the shortcuts don't actually work in most cases. If it's a control, it doesn't work for some reason. Not sure why, but it just doesn't. You got your tool pane on the side here, pretty much standard, just like in many ways like Photoshop. You got your select, crop tool, magic wand, eraser, paint bucket, gradient tool, pretty much the same kind of tools that you see in Photoshop. So very similar, very inspired by Photoshop. So you've got filters, you've got zoom options. There's a ton of options here for what it is, being a completely free web application. You don't even need to download or install it. You've got your history, you've got your layers, you can turn on and off any features. There aren't too many other things you can open. Under view, you've got navigator, layers, history, tool options. That's pretty much everything that's already open. And then of course you have your promotion. Now you can close that, but I don't know if it's gonna come back. I usually just leave it, honestly. It doesn't bother me that it's there. So to me, it's kind of not a big deal. So we're gonna do like last time. We're gonna speed it up, throw some music on, and get this made. And that's it. So pretty straightforward. Not really looking for anything crazy. I'm just dropping the information that I want to see on there, and that's basically all it is. Now, I will say there are some limitations. You don't have text styling. So, you know, borders and stroke and features like that, those don't exist. So I had to kind of customize with the apps thing. I had to multi-layer behind it, move some stuff around. You don't have options for something like drop shadow. So with that, I had to, you know, again, create a second layer, drop it down. It's different, and it creates its own level of difficulty, but you do have a ton of options. So we're gonna save this. I'm gonna save it to my computer. 13118 Pixlr. We're gonna go to 100% quality, and it's gonna ask me where. There. Cool. Before I do that, let me make sure that's saved. Otherwise, that'd be a silly thing to have to do again. Let's see. Boom. There it is. Good to go. All right, so we're going to close this out, and we're going to take a look at something a little different. So going back to the main Pixlr website, just happened to leave. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to go to Pixlr Express. Now that is pixlr.com/express if you want to go directly. And again, I think there's just a limitation as far as the actual visuals in yeah, because this looks way better than it did on the actual site. I think there's a limitation in Edge. I have not had this issue in Chrome. I just use Edge because it's the least intensive when I do these recordings. So we're gonna go ahead and browse. What do I have? Do I have? You know what? Let's Let's do the Brawlhalla thing. Desktop. Is it not on the desktop? Is it under downloads? Is it under pictures? I don't understand. Oh, it's on another. We're just make a copy real quick to the desktop. It's on another folder on another. We did a video for a Brawlhalla. We had some fun for one of our Friday videos. Now these over here you cannot close, so because because this is a different kind of thing, your ads are always there. Again, who cares? You're not looking to the right there. You're working in the middle here. Now, this works more like a lot of the apps that you have on mobile where you can kind of do some quick stuff. You can drop borders, you can drop effects. So I'm super excited about that. I love borders. So let's say we want to let's do some film. Let's make this look a little cinematic, as they say. Drop that. Boom, bye-ow. All right. Now, how much of that? 100. Can you rotate it? Yeah, you can rotate it. Let's do that. We're gonna hit apply. We're gonna go to adjustments. Now here you can change a lot of different stuff. Contrast, blur, and sharpen. Like, let's hit the contrast. Let's bring down the brightness a little bit. Bring up the contrast a little bit. Look at that. Look at that. I like it. It's looking good. Now let's go to overlay. What can we drop on top of this? Patterns. Ooh, I like that. Let's do that. All right. Already looking pretty sweet. We're gonna hit apply there. I'm gonna go to effects. Now this is a cool one. Creative has a lot of really cool stuff. Now there is this shuffle button, and then you can just hit that and it'll just do stuff for you, which I think is cool. Let's see what we have. We're gonna let it shuffle. That's all right. Now I do think that's got some potential. Oh, that's dope. See, that's cool. That looks like it's doing the scan lines. Look at that. Look at that. Didn't even have to try hard. So that looks dope now. And then you've got some text options. We don't need text in this one because it's already got text on there. But just, that's cool. We're going to go 100%. Let's go ahead and save it. I just want to see what it looks like. Brawlhalla. Let's do 2. And let's see what that looks like in reality. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. So it just got a lot of really cool, quick options. You know, like I said, it's kind of like Instagram Plus. It gives you some extra features, and I think that's just really cool. You could do that with webcam. You've got collage options, and you could drop different stuff. You could change the layout. Tons of different layouts. And so this can be used to really kind of spice up your social media game. So if you want to do some real crazy Instagramming, you bring it to the computer, you have a lot more options and a lot more capabilities with what you can do, especially with specific placements. You know, sometimes using your finger, not quite the best option. So that's all I've got to say for this one today, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying the app spotlight videos. I have a lot of fun with these. There are a ton of resources out there that I think most people don't know about, so I'm doing my best to find all the coolest ones and bring them to you. Thank you very much for watching. If you are not a member of the family, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video if you liked it. The other button works as well if you didn't, and make sure to come back next week for another app spotlight. February starts tomorrow. That means new things coming, and look out for a new series, rather a return of an older series, but a new series now. I don't even know what I'm saying. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.